4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Spirit Medium Lower Mediumship and Messages. Here you can enjoy feelings of happiness with exceptional and essential. Spirit Medium Lower
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. So, a couple of housekeeping tips, then I'll get to the focus subject, which will create wealth with peace of mind. A little channeled message for everybody, and then to the phone lines. When I do the phone lines, I always do Otherside Connections first, and then I go to live questions. I only do 2 Otherside Connections usually. But sometimes people call in the middle of the show and I get to them and they want other side. And, if there's another one coming in later, we can always do that as well. I'm just giving you the general guidelines. There's a website for the show. It's spiritmediumtv.com. That's spiritmediumtv.com. And there you can get a couple of different resources, one of which is... if you'd like to jump to the top of the queue, you can make a donation there. It's called the 8 No Wait. So at spiritmediumtv.com, if you find the 8 No Wait, you can make your $8 donation and jump to the top of the queue. And I will look to see if that happened during the beginning intro to the show. But right now, we do have a full queue. And those that have Otherside Connections, you will be spoken with. But others that have live questions might have a little bit of a wait if you're calling in now. Whoever called in earlier, you'll probably be spoken with. Unless some donations come in. And that's for people who have an urgent matter that just can't wait. If they donate 8, they'll jump the gate. Isn't that a cute poem? Also, you can watch the show live. All is watching me, basically in front of a camera. This goes to YouTube, and not only Blog Talk Radio show, it also I simultaneously create a video, and that goes over to YouTube. So if you are a visual person, or you want to laugh, because sometimes I roll my eyes, you can go to spiritmediumtv.com, and there you'll find a video of me. And then the third thing there is just a description of how to get a sale on a private session with me as a radio show listener. And I'll tell you now, since we're on that subject, just go to booklaura.com. That's BOOKLAURA.com. And when you make your payment for your time with me, if you put in the event code field the words radio show, in the event code field, the words radio show, you will be given an extra third more time than that for which you paid. So if you paid for 30 minutes, you'll get a third more time, which is 10 minutes added to your 30 minutes. So you pay for 30, you get 40 minutes. Same thing with all the other times that you would book. So keep that in mind. It's explained at spiritmediumtv.com. So tonight's focus subject is all about wealth with peace of mind. And I have an article on my website, which you can find in the sidebar, that's titled Finding Peace, How to Master Inner Peace. And I leave out of that the word wealth, although I did put it in my newsletter. By the way, if you want to join my newsletter, you can do that at spiritmediumtv.com. Just fill in the form for free radio readings, and you'll be in the loop on everything, including what I'm doing coming up in August. All right, since I'm on the subject, I'm going to be going on a trip in August, and part of my trip will be Haunted Vermont. It's a very old place, Vermont. There's a lot of old buildings, and I will be doing a paranormal tour, shall we say, as part of the trip, and it will be on Facebook Live. And if you want to keep appraised of things that are going on, just join my mailing list, which can be done at spiritmediumtv.com. So, if you're listening to this radio show and you want to find the article, at the top of my website, spiritmediumtv.com, being a page on my website, you'll see at the top a magnifying glass. If you click on that and type in Finding Peace or How to Master Inner Peace, you should find this article. So I start out with a little story about myself. And I was all nervous about my investments. Yes, I have investments. I'm not just a two-dimensional spirit whisperer person here. I have in other parts of my life. I have material concerns and matters. And as usual, my habit or the way I usually approach things is like, I really, 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 really want to get something done. I want to be successful in a certain area, and I get really fixated trying to bring the success to me. And I have been following this elusive butterfly of investments for maybe 18 years, and I was getting nowhere. 18 years of nowhere? That's a pretty long time. But I was driving myself sort of to, I was just extremely frustrated. And then I thought I had a solution, and everything I did worked for a little while, and then suddenly I went back to square one. So after this happened, I was a little beside myself. But I realized something needed to happen. I got the message that I was pushing too hard. I had to let go. I had to learn how to let go. So the only thing I knew to do to let go was to ask God for help. So I did a prayer. Dear God, please provide me the ability to let go so that I may have safe, simple, and successful finances and investments. And as soon as I started to do this prayer, maybe about a day or half a day later, something shifted. I had this great idea that I forgot what it was. I wonder if I wrote it in the article. I don't see it in front of me, but something happened, and I had an idea of something to do, and I began to do it. So I remember what it is now. I don't know if the article says it, but I realized in letting go what I needed to do with my investments, and I did that. At the same time, by the way, I felt very, very peaceful. At the same time, my creativity portal could open up to see, feel, and have new ideas. But as well, when your creativity portal opens, you can have synchronicity. If you are madly trying to make something happen, you are closing off your ability to be creative and also to experience synchronicity. And if any of you don't know what that fancy term is, it basically means a lucky coincidence. A lucky coincidence. And all of a sudden I noticed Spirit was telling me something. I noticed an unusual place that income came into my business, something I'd never seen before, out of the blue. And it directed me to do something else as well. So I had a couple of ideas, but you're not going to get your creative ideas. You're not going to be in creative flow, which is your abundance, your wealth, if you will, if you're all screwed up, all upset, trying to bring results in all by yourself. See? So the first step is to let go so that you can let God. And usually that letting go process is done in prayer. And what happens after all of that is with letting go, you feel very, very peaceful. I have a neighbor, lovely woman, who once told me, I had something else going on that I was all frantic about. And, she's a very nice person. I would never have thought she'd have this wonderful idea for me. But she said to me, Laura, when I really needed to get a job in the past, she said, I did everything I could to get that job. And then finally, I just decided to be still. She went into quiet space. She just didn't do anything else. She just was still. I don't know if she literally sat in the dark for hours. I didn't ask her. That's a little too weird. But I do know that she said she just stopped trying. She just got quiet, got centered. She didn't give up. She just became neutral. And when you go to that space of neutrality, that's when God can work for you. So if you want to be more peaceful, if you want to have more wealth from peace, learn how to let go. And I'm going to see if I have anything else in that article. So God helps those who let go and let God. And I do have a couple of steps here, but let me see if I have something better than that. So asking for peace, that's what you really need to do, will bring peace. And I channeled a little something in here from the Wands, which says, if you're asking for money, ask instead for peace with money. If you're asking for love, ask instead for peace in the area of love. If you're asking for health, instead ask that you be peaceful about your health and that the situation be resolved. There is something very magical and very powerful about peace. Peace is more than peace. It is the first step to realizing healing to happiness. As soon as you relinquish control to peace, a miracle power is released, some call God. God will work with you when you work with God. So ask for peace in whatever area you are now trying to resolve in your own life. You will find that your prayers will be answered immediately. And again, just to reiterate, when I was trying to bring in results on my own, all I got was frantic. My results got me nowhere. When I finally let go and let God, then all of a sudden, the juices started flowing. Okay, I'm going to do a little group message, and then I will get to the phone lines. And so please, everybody listening, if you would please sit back, uncross your arms and legs, and start to breathe from your abdomen, allowing yourself to gently and lightly release and let go, breathing in deeply and exhaling. If you have a life question, please focus in on that question now, asking for help with that. If you are wanting an Otherside connection, please ask for your particular loved ones in the spirit realm to come in. Keeping in mind that spirit will provide for us the soul that needs to communicate most and is the best communicator. So even though you may be asking for one particular person, you may get a different soul, but that's okay. Still ask for who you want. And while you do that, I'm going to do the prayer silently. I will be back in a second. And now, on your next exhale of breath, if you would please release into the space around you your energy, I will connect us. One moment, please. Okay, wonderful. So give me a moment to call in the ones. We are here. We are the ones. We have come in to speak with all of you and wish you all good health, good healing, and good happiness. Each and every one of you is a soul that has come to Earth now for change. You are in this particular dimension of Earth because you have chosen to be here at this cataclysmic time of change. In other words, Earth is going through a massive shift in energy and consciousness. And all of you who are listening to these words are here because you've chosen to be here and experience the shift. You are not here to remain in the three-dimensional consciousness. There are others on Earth who are here to remain in the three-dimensional consciousness. But what we mean is those of you who have chosen to be listening to these kind of messages have chosen to be on earth at this time for the shift. And so this means for each of you that you must learn to navigate new energies, not old energies. And if you continue to try to hold to yourself an old way of thinking, you will continue to experience the craziness and the mixed upness that you have been experiencing. Do not look to old ways to solve new problems, but rather release and let go of that which is troubling you. And again, ask that the new answers come in. Stop trembling and troubling over what does not work. Allow yourself to see new things by asking for help in a new way. So what we mean is, if you are trying to put cash in your wallet and you're using old ways to do that, perhaps a traditional employment situation, or doing work you do not really like to do, but think you must do because that is the way it has always been done, the shift happens when you realize there are new opportunities for earning money, for bringing in prosperity to yourself. The most important thing is to navigate life from the heart center. This is what the shift is about, getting in touch with what you truly want and following that. At times, it is not easy to know what you want. Your true values, your true heart is quite often hidden in the shadows of the past, of the old way of thinking and looking at things. For the old way was the way that did not care what the individual wanted, you see. It was for the whole, and the whole survival was people forgoing their own feelings for the greater good. The new way, the shift, is about you getting in touch with what you really want and expressing that in cooperation with the whole. You see, it is now time for each individual to participate in creating the total experience of life versus being passive and neutral. You are creating. And this is what the shift is about, is moving from a passive falling into line and into culture custom, out of that into creating from heart and participating more fully in the life experience. As you give up the old to move towards the new, you will find it is difficult at times, but the difficulty only comes in resisting the new and holding on to the past. So let us please work with spirit by allowing yourself to let go and let God, and opening to your heart center and what you truly want, and then moving forward with that as your direction. Namaste. Okay, I am now going to go to the first person who's in line. Oh, wait, 1 second. I just need to see who has made a donation. Okay, luckily there's nobody who's made a donation, so everything is just as I had it before, and I'm going to you, Donna. Oh, Donna.
Hi.
I'm doing pretty good. For somebody, yeah, I'm doing pretty good. This message was very unexpected, the one that came through, and I have a funny feeling there's some people in the queue that are going to say to me, wow, that message was for me. Okay, so now we're working with you, and going to make hopefully I'm going to make another side connection for you, yes. And I have felt all along that there would be a male presence to you. And I do feel a male presence to you, Rad. Let me state it as it is. And I do feel he's older than you. It could be a father figure, or it could be somebody who just has more presence when you were on Earth. He does seem to have some length and height to his physique. In other words, he seems to be taller than average, have a bit of build or weight in the midsection. And so I'm going to give you a little more information. Don't only fix on your father, okay, right now. Just be open to whatever it is for the moment, and we'll try to whittle it down whittle it down is the word, to exactly who you know it is. So I do feel he's more of a father figure. And the reason I say that is I feel the male energy is senior to you in nature. It feels just older, wiser. I also feel that he does carry extra weight in his midsection. He also looks like I am interpreting something which I don't want to do. Let me just say what I saw. First saw before, even before I got you on the line, opening the line, I saw a lot of money or coins around this person. I do not want you to assume that means anything just yet, just that I saw coins. Doesn't mean this person had money or didn't have money. It just means I see coins around him. I also see that he would have liked to have drank alcohol. It looks like he's carrying a bottle, and it looks like it would be probably beer of some sort. And he looks like he sort of has two parts. Well, I don't want to say two parts yet because that money could mean something else. So these are the things I'm seeing right now. As a man who had a problem, not necessarily your own father, love. So please, just be open right now. He does have a tendency to want to drink, and I see these coins around him. I want to see if I could get more information about the money, okay, and see if he will give me any more detail. He likes money. He's good at money. He does have a lot of money. Okay, he says he is good with money when he's on Earth. But he also has this other side to his personality that is sort of whimsical and larger than life, like a daydreamer. So he's got two kinds of parts to his personality. One is he's very creative, very imaginative. He's a go-getter, and he seems to be successful with money. But there's another part of him is a wheeler dealer, and he's careful with money. He knows how to take care of money. He's very smart with money. But there's also another part of him that looks like he's a little bit maybe not as responsible as that. Or I could say it a different way. His ability to make money didn't come from being responsible. It came more from sort of being brilliant, if you will. Now, what I'm saying, does it have any significance for you, please? It's a little complicated.
I had a friend in Florida like 30 years ago. He was about 15 years older. He owned a electro thing from the United States. That kind of sounds like him. His name is Carl.
Yeah, because he's kind of brilliant, but he's also he's also very what's the word for it? Impetuous, or he makes quick judgment. He's fast. He's quick-witted. But he's a little irresponsible too. He's kind of like an interesting person. I'll say it like that. He's quick-witted. He's very smart. He's emotional too. His emotional control was an issue for him. Before, what do you mean by this, sir? He's saying before he got his magic back. What do you mean by that, sir? Okay, he means that he lost money, he made money, he was up and down, that kind of a thing. So his life was not short on drama. I can tell you that right now. It looks like he also would have had a daughter, unless he's looking at you like a daughter. There is a big age gap. The yes is he had a daughter, love? Because okay. Actually, I feel there's more than one. It looks like there's two. Would you know that?
Yeah, sure.
And there's a few former friends of his and yours that are also in the spirit realm with him. He says emotional control was an issue for him. He was a person who, he was not emotionally disciplined. He's had a lot of ups and downs. He also shows me that he has more of a ruddy or a lighter complexion with a bit of pink in the skin. He also looks like his eyes are on the lighter side. It seems to be a bit fair in coloring. Would you know that, please?
Yeah.
All right. And he's taller, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. He also reminds me, or he's not reminding, he's saying to me, you don't know how it is to do this work. He's using slightly off words right now, so that's why I keep saying the wrong word. I'm trying to get the right word. Emotional control was an issue for me. I'm talking to him right now, Donna. You're trying to show me something about yourself, sir. Please go ahead and tell me what it is, love. I don't think you know how he passed. But I'm...
No, I don't.
You know, yeah. Because I believe he's trying to show me how he passed, but he's also hesitant because you wouldn't know. But I believe he would have had a heart problem. He also says that one of his daughters was at the side of his bed when he did transition, and that she held his hand for him, and there were angels waiting for him. He says he loves you very much, Donna. And he also says, yeah, he says, thank you for taking care of me in those moments of need, because you were always a great friend to me. So taking care means holding his hand when he's got troubles. You would listen. Emotional control was an issue for him. He wasn't really that good with money, even though he made a lot. He was flamboyant in his life, very up and down kind of life. He's happy for the way he lived, but not happy for the ups and downs. He's happy that he expressed himself, but not happy that there was so much up and down in his life. He thanks you for allowing him to come in now, and gives you a big hug and a kiss and a handshake. I want to see what the handshake is. We're going into your personal message right now, Donna. What do you mean with this? Yeah, what do you mean by the handshake? Well, the handshake is just to say to you, he's saying, this Carl, you take great care of yourself. Emotional control is not an issue for you. I salute you. The handshake is respect. I salute you in your ability to square root things and get things done in your life. You're much more stable than I am and than I ever was. He says, stability is an important value and goal that I hope to achieve another lifetime. So he thanks you again for being his friend. He says, you tried to teach him this. You tried to teach him to put the feet on the ground, do the right thing quite often, but he has this tendency to sort of just be impetuous and just do things without thinking them through. Okay, sweetheart. So that is your message, my dear. Thank you.
Oh, that was wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Donna. Bye-bye, honey. Okay, I'm going to go to the other Aisha, I believe her name is. Aisha. Now, it's funny because Aisha, I felt as soon as I was with her that there was an other side connect. Hi, Aisha.
Hello, Laura.
Hi, sweetheart. Yeah, I do feel I have another side connection. We had a little chat about this. Although she does have a life question, the answer will probably come through the other side connection. And so let's see who it is, because I just heard other side, but I don't feel anyone just yet. So let me see if I can get someone here on the spirit line, the spirit hotline for Aisha. Aisha, very special Aisha. Do you know anyone maybe this is a picture of you, I don't know. Do you know anyone that would be full figured, dark complexion, wearing hair up in more of a ponytail, kind of full the ponytail, and she's holding two babies in her arms. It could be somebody like a mother. It could be a mother to you, or it could be you. Also, the babies are clothed. They're both babies, small, and they're both wearing pink. They have pink blankets, which would indicate daughters. And I'll give you a little more info, honey, because you're young, but this woman doesn't. Yeah, this woman doesn't look that old, so I don't know who she is or why I'm getting that picture just yet. Please give me more information. I'm asking her. She's very smart. She's a very smart lady, very intelligent when she's on Earth. She does take care of a lot of people in her lifetime before she goes to spirit. Children got the best of her. She loves children. She's an easygoing mom type. She did take care of you for a while when you were younger, but not your entire life. She was around you in the home when you were growing up. Okay. Are you showing me? I'm asking her now, Aisha. Are you showing me yourself when you were younger, please? I'm younger now. What do you mean by that? Well, in spirit, I'm young. Did you leave Earth when you were young? I did. So she dies at an earlier age. She doesn't go to a very old age. And I don't know if she's a grandma to you or just a friend of the family or who she is. I'm going to give you more information. It's probably somebody you're not even thinking of. Okay. She's a friend of your mother's. She dies when she's in her 40s or even younger than that. She also is showing me that she had breast cancer. Okay. Now, and she was around you when you were younger. She has children of her own that she leaves on Earth. One of them is his son. She was full body, full figured type. very smart when she's younger. She says she got, I don't know why she's saying this to me, because you may not know this, but she did get straight A's when she was in school, but she was unable to complete her education because she had to go on, because she had children at early age. So I don't believe she went on for higher education. But she's a friend of your mother's. I also hear the word Brooklyn. Now, where are you from, honey? Where are you from, love?
I'm in Tennessee, but we did.
Yeah, where are you from, love? Are you from Brooklyn?
Tennessee.
Okay, what's the Brooklyn thing? Do you know anything about that?
My great grandmother lived in Brooklyn. I didn't know her very well, and this could be one or two people for me. I'm still kind of changing, but if I get bored, I wanted to say
Right. Okay, so I'm just going to reiterate, you can look it up, but whoever it is, she died young. Probably is your great grandmother, because she did say Brooklyn. Okay, she did say Brooklyn. I would have no way to think Brooklyn.
Yeah.
She's full figured, and she has cancer. I believe it was breast cancer. Now, you know, if one or two things are incorrect when you look it up, that's okay. I also hear a name like a Sherry or a Cherie or something like that. I know your name is Aisha. I don't believe she's trying to say your name, but Sherry. And if there's anything else, and there's a son under her. So if it's maybe it would be coming down your father's line. Okay. And she took care of you. She was around the house too when you were young. I don't know. You never were in Brooklyn, honey? You never were in Brooklyn, right?
I mean, I've been to two summers, but
Okay, so then you could have been around her during that time. Okay, good. All right, so that confirms some of this. All right, I don't want to move to personal message yet. I can't. Unless they blurt it out, I have to get something about this has to turn. It's like I'm following them. So just bear with me, love. And yeah, it's like, it's kind of interesting. So grandma or great grandma on your father's side who has lung problems, air in the lungs is an issue. Well, did you die of cancer or did you die of lung problems? Please, both. The problem in her chest. So we're going to make that broad. Okay, I'm just altering that a little bit bigger. She's got a problem with breathing in her chest area. I'm letting her talk to me right now, silently. Do you have a message for Aisha, please? Spirit, okay, here is a message. Spirit is trying to control you and your life right now, Aisha. You're really not listening to things as they're being presented to you. You feel very mixed up and confused right now about something in your life right now that is leading you forward, but you seem to be resisting it. So, Spirit is leading you on a path. In other words, your coincidences and your synchronicities and all that seems to be going in one direction, as she's saying, but you're really mixed up and confused about it because it's something you're feeling is not right for you. She says it is right for you, and that the path before you should not be so confusing to you. You should go with the flow in your life right now. You are being led in the right direction to make the right decisions about yourself. She uses the word your health and your healing, and that you have to let go of something before something new can come to you. And so, hold on, the health will come when you learn to let go of control. The healing is emotional. It's an emotional abuse thing. She says, when you let go and let God, you will be healed and you will be led to go forward. Don't try to control everything. Just let go and allow yourself to be led more. What you're thinking of doing for your health or to feel better, it seems emotional, is to do what you're thinking of doing is the right thing, and that's Spirit leading you. Stop resisting it. I hope that makes sense to you, honey. Does that make sense, love?
Yeah, it makes total sense. Thank you very much so.
Yeah. So there's emotional health and happiness ahead, and your instincts are saying go in that direction, but another part of you is saying no, I have to fight harder. I have to hold my ground. I have to stay where I am. But spirit is that instinct in you, and so your great grandma, right? Your great grandma is saying no, do the instinct. Do follow your instinct. It's the right thing to do. And then she says there are flowers for you at the end of that path, that choice. Flowers meaning love, happiness, rewards, bounty, and goodness.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're,
Thank you.
you're welcome, love. God bless. Bye-bye. Bye. Okay, we're going to move now to the next person who's been waiting, which I believe is Tim, if he's still here. He might have gone. Oh, there he is. Okay, great. Hey, Tim. Tim? Good. I'm doing good, sweetheart. Did you have... Oh, I appreciate you calling in. So what is your question, darling? All right, let's see what we come up with for you. Of course. I like the idea of you going into the park barefoot. That's so cool. I'm from New York originally. Oh my God, that's scary. That is so wild. Okay. Tim 917 area code. Let's see. What can he do to manifest abundance in career, please? Hold on. Let's see what we get. Sometimes I start this with just a yes or no. So can he manifest? And then it will bring in the answer. This is for Tim 917. Can he manifest abundance in career, please? Yes. No. Yeah, of course you can. You have to get going on some project you've been thinking about. You've been stalling. It feels like it's a writing thing, or somehow you're authoring something, or I don't know, there's writing or communication involved. It does require that you be more stable in your day-to-day routine right now, which is difficult for you because you feel like you need to get going on something else and that you cannot waste time in a communications mode. In other words, feels like you might be resisting doing what you feel you really want to do because you don't think it's practical. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's why you can't get going. Usually this happens with everybody. Everybody that wants something that they don't feel is practical, they'll end up in a mode of, well, what else can I do? And the other thing never comes because what they're supposed to be doing is that one thing. But I'm going to try to find a happy medium for you, love, between this more creative pursuit that doesn't bring in money immediately with maybe something that you can bring in money immediately with. That's not easy to do, but let's see what they come up with. So what can he do, please, Spirit? Because he needs to find that happy medium. You see, the problem is you really don't want anything that will take you away from what you really want to do. So you've created a catch-22. It's like you're not doing what you really want to do because you feel like it's not practical. But then when you go for a job, a job, you don't really want to do that. So you never get around to it. It's like you keep stalling or, it's subtle. Procrastinate. It's very, very subtle. And you're like in a circle, a round circle of like the Bermuda Triangle of not getting where you really want to go. I wish I had a magic wand. Let's see what we could do with this guy. It's like, ding! Hold on. There's going to be an answer. Hold on. It's like a self-abuse cycle almost. So this is like a spiritual prescription. Spirit wants you to stop thinking about getting anything for about a day or two. Remember we talking about going into that peaceful place of abeyance, not doing anything? Remember that? I was talking about that earlier?
Yeah.
All right. If not, there's an article. You'll see it. To go into, to just feel really good for a day or two and stop being focused on getting anything, doing anything. but like go to a movie, do other things that have nothing to do with career, money, and success. And that will break the cycle. That's like the magic genie coming in or the magic fairy coming in and going ding on your head, giving you a whole new energy pattern. After that, you will be going on a project that you've been wanting to start for quite some time, but were afraid to do on your own. There will be somebody else coming in to work with you on the project, which will help motivate you and get you out of a stagnation period right now. You need a catalyst, and with a catalyst, you perform and act much better. You will get going on this project then, and that will bring in the remuneration that you desire. Not only just money, but also for your own soul and creativity. You are very gifted at what you do. Don't give up. It is the time now to begin the process exactly now. But you do need to refocus your energy. So take a vacation from the focus so that you can have break what's going on right now to bring in the catalyst. I hope that makes sense to you, Tim. Okay, let me know what happens, darling. God bless. Bye-bye. Bye. Okay, I am now going to go to number 4, who is Joanne. Hi, Joanne.
Hello.
I'm doing. Hi, honey. So go ahead, honey, and give me a question. Don't give me a lot of background now, just the question, okay?
Everything's kind of been in a social media. I needed to change in every way.
Yeah, okay. You're asking when are things going to shift for you and change? Now, yeah. Now, when I did the channeling earlier, if you didn't listen for any reason, that's fine, of course, but I want you to listen to that. And then I'll go into specific for you. But the message was about shift, and that there are the people who are listening to this show today and in the future, because it's recorded, will be sent here through a series of coincidences because you have chosen to come to Earth because you want to go through the shift. And the shift is difficult if you keep holding on to the old patterns. So you would be one that this is first coming up for me, and it's true actually of Tim and everybody else probably. When we look to the old patterns of what worked before, we get stuck. And you in particular are reminding me of that. So I want you to listen to that little message is don't go to.
No, I absolutely listen.
Okay, so that's part. That's all right, wonderful. Now I'm going to go to specifics for you, but I feel that you're very fearful of change, even though you don't realize it. Change is difficult for everybody, actually, not just for you. Hold on, I'm going to go a little deeper. Do you have a son, please? Joanne, do yeah. Do you have a male to you in your life now, man? Let me say it this way. I feel that there's a male to you that needs a lot of care, and that is around you. So if it's not a boyfriend, maybe it is somebody that was in the past. If it's not a husband, maybe someone in the past. I don't know. Somehow that affects everything. Or maybe there's a younger brother. You don't have a son, you don't have a boyfriend, and you don't have anybody you can think of that's a younger energy male around you. Fine. Put it on the side for a moment. Maybe it'll make sense in a moment. So for Joanne 631, what specifically can she do that will help her break through the rut that she's in right now and move forward to a better life? She feels stuck. Give me a moment, honey. You're very smart, Joanne. No one can tell you what to do is the first message coming in. You're very, very creative. You're very gifted in what you do. You have a keen ear for listening, and you're a very excellent communicator, and you are very gifted in the work you do. Oh, interesting. So you don't give that up.
Process also, you know, I'm not trying, believe me, I start out and I do it, but it's not, it's stagnant, and it's not me so much, it's the universe, it's not giving me what I need. I'm really making effort, but it's not giving me what I need, and I don't know how.
Okay, I'm gonna.
I'm trying.
All right. Speaking of,
It's not my time, I don't know.
now just relax. When I'm doing what I was just doing, I'm in a connection with spirit. So just relax and let it finish, because the answer was just about.
Sorry.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Sorry.
I just want you to get the best. And now I have to try to refine that. It's very subtle. Like a weird place I go. I'm not even sure how I get there. Let me see. They were giving me, they were on your energy. I'm talking to guides right now, and they're on your energy and telling me you're very gifted, you're a healer, you're very special in what you do. Don't expect miracles from the circumstances around you right now. Things will improve over time. You have to give yourself a break and be very understanding of yourself. You are in this space right now, this place, this space, this time, because you are more needed than you realize where you are. So you're like a gift to others in your space right now. We, as your guides, would like you to give love to the situation around you. In other words, realize that you're there because other souls are requesting you to be there now. As you give that love, you will be released energetically. So it's like this, love. When we resist, it persists. So what we want to do is, rather resist by saying it's not working, it's not moving forward, I'm not getting what I want. We as your guides want you to go to acceptance and love. Know that there are certain people in your sphere that need you around right now. But when you change your attitude and give the love, I don't mean that you run around, give them everybody a lollipop, literally. I mean that you just start seeing it as all good. Like as if I believe there are people that are in your life right now that need you. That when you see that, feel that, know that, suddenly you're going to be released of that and everything will shift. So give it all love. What I mean, now I want you to, we're going to go a little deeper because I feel that we need to. Give me one example of something that you feel is you're locked into and can't get out of, and I'll see if I can apply what I just said to that.
So my mom and I have a very difficult relationship, and I'm finances, and we are both based on software to the client, and it's so lucky right now that we're really two clients.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to see how I can. Yeah. That makes perfect sense from what I just said. Now we have to see how to apply it, because there's a soul contract there. See, I'm giving you a little bit background on this, on the etheric level of why, there's like a soul bondage there. So contracts can be shifted. And the first step is to not resist it. In other words, well, I'm going to give you some little exercise right now, and this is good for everyone listening. If you are in a soul contract that is almost like a bondage, one of the things, oh God, there's so many things we can do. I'm thinking of one that I was in. It wasn't with my mother, but it was with someone else who I was so tied up emotionally. The only thing that ultimately, I'm just going to cut to the chase on this. The only thing that ultimately worked was me praying to God that I be released, not want that particular person anymore. In your case, you can pray. That's one thing. Pray to God that you. All right, and do it from the heart. Do it from the heart. And another thing that can be done Another thing we can do is talk to mom on a soul level. And I do something called, it's a sacred heart meditation, which I don't know. I don't have really the wherewithal to do it right. It takes a little bit of time. All right, we'll do this right now. I want you to imagine are you okay? Joanne?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cute. So this, okay, so what we're going to do is that's all right, love. We're going to work with mom right now. I'm going to give you a quick demonstration. We could do deeper on this, but we're going to do a quick one. So one of the ways that I work with people when we're trying to heal relationships is, oh, your dog is so cute. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny that the dogs, that is so interesting. Isn't that funny, everybody, when we are on the subject of this soul contract, it's almost a bondage, the dog acted up. Okay, let me know when you're ready. They are. Okay, so seat yourself. Yeah, well, you know, that you were told you're a very gifted healer of sorts. You see, you have a healing nature, and mom needs that for some reason. There's a lot behind that relationship. But I'm not going to go into all that because time for it right now. You know, I have a lot of people waiting. But what I do want to do is an etheric healing. So imagine mom is standing in front of you. Okay? And it's a neutral situation, not giving you a hard time. But she does have that look on her face that makes you crazy. All right? Imagine that you have a heart in front of you, between the two of you. You're holding it. It's a foot wide, a foot high. And it's made of light pink light. And all around the heart is a beautiful burning flame. This heart stands for unconditional love. I want you to take the heart and place it in her chest. Watch the light be absorbed into her form. It moves into her chest, the light pink light, goes up into her neck, up into her face, and she starts to look more relaxed. Goes down into her shoulders, down into her arms, down through her torso and her feet. And now, on a subliminal level, you will have a conversation with your mother. I'm going to channel the words for you. If they don't feel right for you, that's okay. You can do this again and do it on your own. But they should feel right for you because I'm in a dynamic connection with you right now. So the words I'm going to give you for mom are, Mom, I'm sorry that we don't get along. I love you very, very much, but you need to give me my space. You need to stop holding me responsible for everything that you need and that does not go right for you. I am me and you are you. And I wish that you would find the difference and be able to stand on your own feet without carrying me down with you. I love you dearly, and I need you to do this now. Thank you. Okay, so this has been recorded. Yeah, you can use an affirmation. Let's see what the affirmation is. I now firmly, directly, and lovingly release my mother now. I said now twice. I firmly, lovingly, and directly release my mother now. That's one thing you could say. You could also say, I am in loving connection with my mother. Another thing you could say is, I am in harmonious, loving connection with my mother every day in every way. Okay, so make up an affirmation. Yeah, every day in every way. Also, the best thing that I have ever done in healing was when I just went to prayer, because I tried every single affirmation, every single guided meditation, everything from with one relationship I alluded to earlier. And the only thing that ultimately worked was prayer. Not because it was prayer, although that's important, but I found the right thing to ask for. When we're asking for the wrong thing, we don't get it because it's wrong. Spirit knows. So, right, I'm going to see if I could get the right thing, because I don't think you want, I don't think you want to completely release your mother. You just want harmony there. You want her to understand you have needs too, you know, and she doesn't. She doesn't.
It's just that she's just crazy, and she
Yeah, and she knows it. Right, she knows it. Because she does not have good boundaries nor good self-care. She doesn't know how to do for herself. And she identifies with you. You're like her alter ego, and she wants you to do it all for her, as if you were her. So that they call that.
how to communicate.
Right.
She doesn't know how to communicate, so she gets angry. When she doesn't know how to communicate properly, she goes anger. And that's the problem.
Okay. Right. It is. All right, good. Well, then. It is very touching. You the other way as well, where you imagine she's talking to you. You can hear her back, because when you go into those sacred spaces, you start to have a conversation on a soul level. So that's a soul level conversation for healing. And that when you express that way, she doesn't have to really be with you. She is hearing it on a different level, and it can be very, very cathartic and very, very healing. So that's a tool I present to you and everybody else that is listening, if they are listening, and there's more that can be done with all that. But I just gave you a taste of it. Okay, Joanne, I'm going to let you go, sweetheart. Thank you so much for calling in, honey. God bless. Thank you, honey. Bye-bye. Okay, anybody who wants a private session with me, just go to booklaura.com, and if you put radio show in the event code field, you get a third more time free. Okay, I'm going to go now to area code 3. Oh, wait a minute. I just got to make sure I find the person who's been waiting the longest. Area code 503. Hello. Hi, and your name is?
Hi, Laura.
Hi.
Mary.
Mary. Hi, Mary. What can we do for you? Do you have a question to ask Spirit?
Yeah, I want to, about the other side, if there's anyone I could connect with on the other side.
Oh. Okay, let's see if there's anybody there for Mary. Mary. Okay, there is a female for you. However, she does look younger. She looks like a little girl. Would you know any little girls in spirit, please? Not off the top of your head? If it's a child of yours and female, that would definitely, or somebody in the family or a friend or something. But the first thing I see is, yeah, in other words, she can present to me any age she wants to present, but the symbolism of the relationship would be more important than the age. So the first thing I just want you to know is I do feel that there's a female to you in spirit that feels younger than you, or I see a little girl. That could also mean there's a mom to you in spirit that's showing me you as a little girl, but that's usually a backwards way of communicating. I'll see if I get anything else on that, love. But my question to you was, do you know of any little girl or a child that you might have, or somebody else you know off the top of your head? You would know if you've lost a child. Have you lost a child, sweetie? Mary, have you not? No. Okay, good. So hold on. Let me just see. I want it to refine itself a little bit. Mary 503. Okay. What I'm getting is that there seems to be, not sure what age group they belong in, but there's a boy and a girl that were lost in the family. They could have been siblings to you, or they could have been maybe your mother and or father's siblings or something. But I'm getting that as my first thing. If it doesn't immediately connect with you, honey, I'm going to let it go. The radio show is about to end, and usually spirit connections take at least 15 minutes. But I will, as a courtesy, give it the best look I can, honey. I'm trying to find someone that wants to pop forward for you right now.
I lost his brother, and I mean, he was in his 40s, but
Well, I did feel that there was a male in spirit, but there's also, did mom ever have a miscarriage of a girl, please? Do you know that, honey? Because I feel there's two that we're missing. Because I feel there's two, okay, because I feel there are two siblings of yours in spirit, male and female. One is a little girl who's still a little girl, looking like a little girl. And then I also felt the brother to you. I thought it was in your generation, but I wasn't sure what generation it is. That's those are the first two souls that pop in. And I want to see if there's anything else I can develop quickly. Hold on, love. You're very, okay, somebody's talking to me about you. You're a very spiritual person, Mary. You take care of your home and your family great. Your mother loves you, as well as other family members who are here in the spirit realm. We're all looking out for you. Now, your name is Mary, but there's also a Mary above you in the family line. It could be a grandmother, it could be your own mother, but I do feel there's another Mary up there. Would you understand another Mary up your family line, please? Okay, and she's here. All right, she's here. She wants to say hello to you. She does look like she shows me she had, I don't know how to express this, that's why I stopped. Seems like she had a few children, not just the two that were lost, not just you, but there's a number of different children. You have around a big family. Would you understand that, please, Mary? But she didn't have a lot of children, honey? She didn't have a lot of children, love? I'm feeling that she had a lot of children, love. Well, that's a lot of children. Well, okay. You're okay. There's one died, but one was a miscarriage. So that would have been 4 that are living. You're included in the 4, and then there's 2 more. One that passed and one that was a miscarriage. So there's 6 there. That's a lot of children. She also shows me herself as very slender, and that she works hard when she's on Earth. Would you remember Mom as being slender, please?
Yeah.
Okay. And it looks like she didn't have more inconveniences in the home because, and maybe she's just symbolizing this, but when she is younger, it looks like she might have had to wash clothes with her hands or something, or looks like a scrub board or something. I don't know what that is. But I would just interpret that to mean that she might have been doing a lot of cleaning and maybe, with her hands or whatever like that. You don't need to confirm that. I also see that because she's giving me a vision of herself when she's slender. Okay, so I'm going to assume that she's younger there. That she has darker hair as its original hair color. And when she is slender, it looks like the hair is on the longer side. Would you know that Mom had dark hair, please? Did she wear it on the longer side, please?
When she was younger, it seems like when she married Dad,
That's fine. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And what I see is the hair looks like it's got brown in it, but there's something lighter in it. So I can't really see it more than that. So I'll just say that to you. If you don't see it as very, very dark or black, that's understandable from the vision I'm getting. And fair skinned. She's actually quite a beautiful woman. She looks a lot like the Breck girl. Remember the Breck girls that used to be on the magazine back covers? She's got that softness to her face. She's very smart. She's a very kind, loving person. She loves you dearly. She says, thank you so much for asking her to come in. She says that she did not suffer much towards the end of her life. She says it was a very graceful transition for her. And there's a reason for her saying that. She wouldn't say it without a reason. I'm going to see if she wants to give us the why of that. Because you thought that she suffered so much and she just wants you, she wants to put your mind at ease about her, but she didn't really suffer as much as you thought she did. She wants you to rest easy about that. I hope that that makes sense to you, honey, about her transition, but she really wanted to say that to you. Mary, do you understand that, honey? Because you're saying that if really she did not suffer as much as you thought she was suffering. She says it was a difficult transition, she said, for all those around her, but not as much for her own body and the way she took it. It was easy enough for her. And I get the feeling of there's something going on in the lungs and the throat area for her and that she's not able to get air in or something like that. Would that make any sense to you, please? Okay. And so I think a lot of people, yeah. See, a lot of people around her must have thought she maybe was felt strangulation or something. She said it was not difficult. And when she went to rest, it was very peaceful. She says she's with God now and other people in the family love her very much. And she thanks you so much for asking her to come in. She shows me oranges for some reason. I don't know what the fruit orange. Okay. She shows me 2 oranges. She says that you gave her oranges for her health when she was around on Earth. Maybe you were trying to help her to drink orange juice. You gave her oranges, or I don't know why she'll be showing me oranges. Where do you live, Mary?
I'm in working.
Okay. Well, I don't, it's very unusual for me to see an orange that somebody from Spirit is showing me. So I don't know if that means anything to you, but I just want you to know. Something. Eating right. Yeah. She's saying something about it. Oh, all right, honey. Well, thank you, Mary, so much. I'm going to just quickly see if there's a personal message, and let's see if there is one. Okay, so Mother Mary, is there anything for your daughter Mary you'd like to say to her other than you love? I love you very much. Thank you for asking me to come in. We've already said those 2 messages. Is there anything else, Mom? I love you very, very much. Please ask. Oh, is your father on Earth still, honey? I wonder why she's saying this. Please ask for your father to come home to me soon. But he's already transitioned, right? He's already transitioned. I wonder what she means by that. Yeah, she's probably with him. She's probably with him. Don't get scared, honey. I might be misinterpreting something. Is there anybody else on Earth that's a male, maybe the father of your, is there anybody around you that might be near transition or older? That's male. No? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, let me just, hold on, honey. Is there a message you have for your daughter, Mary, please, that she could understand? Just take care of yourself, Mary. I'm sorry what I said. She's saying, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to confuse anybody. I just meant, that souls that need to transition in the family can come to me and I'll be there for them. I'm going to just leave it like that for now, honey. I don't want you to be upset or anything. There's nothing really in that other than I'm just maybe not hearing her correctly. She loves you very much. And she wants you to take care of yourself. That's all I can give you at the moment. Okay? Yeah. Sure. Thank you, Mary. Bye-bye, honey. And I want to thank everybody for listening. And I look forward to working with you next Monday night. Namaste. Bye.